it into Sonic Chew. Meanwhile, a beam of rainbow
What? What the fuck?
energy hit a Raichu 15 miles away, causing it to evolve into a new form. The Raichu's trainer, a girl named Kel, stated
Oh my, you're as beautiful as a rose!
that her Pokemon looked as beautiful as a rose, leading her to choose the name Rosechu. This episode was
Oh, this is gonna be great.
one of the earliest examples of Chris's poor understanding of copyright law.
I've seen this part. It gets weird. Oh, I've already noticed.
Despite him having created the Sonichu character to claim parody, he still tied his backstory in with intellectual property that he did not own. However, this did not stop Chris from putting his own copyright notice on the comic. At the end of episode 1, Chris took readers on a small tour through his
Oh wow, he must have studied copyright while growing up with Quantum TV.
fictional
Since they both don't know fuck all about it. Yeah, you have the right to spin off. But you can't make money off of it. It's Sonic the Hedgehog except yellow. I mean, I understand trying to explain that to Chris. It just wouldn't click anyway. But yeah, you have the legal right to make it. You could like, but you don't have a right to monetize that. I don't understand what's going on here. It's like a different. That's right, dude. Right now, and the lozenges I just had just kicked in, so we are going on fucking crazy time.
And I teased your nuts.
That is back as well.
Try to relax your anus.
Quickville, of which he was the mayor, and introduced them to the cast of characters they would be meeting in future issues. At
I'll
the
check
very
your
end of
messages
the
later,
section,
Google.
Chris introduced himself, where he included the uniquely Chris Chan line, "I am also single, lonely, and I need a girlfriend."
Holy shit.
That'll just get the women. Hey, here's my imaginary character that's a blatant ripoff of Sonic the Hedgehog. Is there any women out there that want to have sex with me? Please let me know. Yo, put that on a dating profile and just watch the women come just pouring in. They're gonna just, titties are gonna be all over your face. I'm lonely, single, and sexually frustrated. Ladies, I'll look at them all lining up. I'm amazed.
Episode 2 was an adaptation of Chris's old story, Genesis of the Love Hogs, telling the tale of Sonic Chew and Rose Chew meeting each other and falling in love. Episode
That's pretty much an across-the-board thing. Let's just keep it real. It doesn't matter your sexual preference or gender. If you seem really thirsty, it creeps people out. I think that's kind of, you don't even, I'm not Casanova by any means in case you haven't noticed, but you don't need to be one to realize, yeah, don't seem very thirsty.
Episode 3 was titled Sonic Chew vs. Nate Cirque, and introduced a new villain for the story, which is Christian's name spelled backwards.
So G-Stealth.
He was the son of Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket from Pokemon. Chris portrayed Nate Cirque as being what he felt was the complete opposite of himself.
I may need more weed for this. I didn't realize this shit was going to get this crazy. You were right. Who said that to me before? This does get weird.
Evil and flamboyantly gay. The epilogue of this first issue shows Chris lamenting over the continued failure of his love quest and driving back to the Fashion Square Mall to continue his search for a sweetheart. Strangely, in this encounter, Sonic Chew referred to Chris as his father. Chris also provided the readers with a few short Sonic Chew strips he had drawn before
Oh, you know, especially with how creepy Chris Chan got. He's literally filmed himself humping a doll. You know he had a boner while writing this, and this was some kind of fetish shit with him. You don't have to be Dr. Phil to know. Come on. He was probably stroking his cock while drawing. Superstar DC, I don't know why I read that in Filthy Frank's voice. Watching this is giving me cancer. I don't even know if it really sounded like him, but in my mind's eye it did, because now I am stoned.
beginning work on the comic proper. These really didn't amount to anything important, but they are notable for
I know he eats his own. Yep, Opie and Anthony did a skit on that before.
being the first appearance of a new villain known as Mary Lee Walsh, who you might...
I'd love for Chris Chan for them to sit down with Dr. Phil. I bet you that's going to come in the future. I'm not even being funny.
might remember as the Dean of Student Affairs at Piedmont, Virginia Community College. The fictional Mary Lee Walsh's goal was to keep Chris from completing his love quest, mirroring how her real-life counterpart...
And she succeeded. You know what? Now that we know how this story ended, that isn't really funny thinking about it. It's actually... But... Oh, man. It's still disgusting how people think that the... Yeah. What Chris Chan did was... it literally makes my stomach, I feel nauseous thinking about it. But the manipulation, why would you... She constructed Chris Chan for them to do all this. It's really sadistic and sick. It is a sad story. It's worse than I ever, I knew it was not going to end well for Chris Chan. Blockbuster critics said the same thing. But, no, this is, what happened in the end was beyond
Arch repeatedly forbade Chris from carrying his attraction sign around the campus, portraying her with a pitchfork and devil horns and ending the comic by obliterating her with his Kursi Hameha attack. As you can probably
the what? It's a Chris, yeah, Hameha? Oh man, I may need to go get more weed for this. Oh god, what is Chris, yeah, Hameha? What is that?
already tell, Chris often incorporated his real-life struggles into his work. Another example being Jerk Catastrophe, which involved him hanging around the mall, listening to music on his Nintendo DS, and expressing his frustration over the fact that all the women he wanted to date were already in relationships.
Bro, and he probably really did this too, Chris Chan at the time. He was sitting there with like a Nintendo DS Lite with like Radio Shack headphones on, which those actually sound quite good. I'm gonna actually order some more pairs of them going like, why aren't women dating me? I just have a Sonic Shoe pendant around my neck, listening to music on my fucking Nintendo DS. Oh, God. Oh, oh, Jesus Christ. No, I think he would. He'd want to get into Chris Chan's head. He's had a kid that the parents were afraid that the kid was going to be a pedophile. He's had some crazy shit on there.
As he pondered his unfortunate reality, Chris was approached by a jerk-op who berated him for his loneliness. The security guard then brought in reinforcement to him.
You know what's kind of creepy, though, if you watch this? It's like telling of things that he actually did. It was almost like it was a precursor to knowing what Chris Chan truly was.
Handcuff him, but our hero was able to escape by transforming into his new form known as Chris Chan Sonic Shoe, using his famous medallion. This appears to be the first ever use of his now famous moniker, Chris Chan. As Mr. Chandler began writing
150 hours? Ah, whatever. You know what, man? I'm just going to enjoy the experience when I finish. If and when I finish this, I'll go back to it. It's just great. The world is engrossing.
In his comic, so too did he continue his love quest at the Fashion Square Mall. now under the supervision of his parents following prior confrontations with the jerk-offs. He would spend hours pacing around carrying his attraction sign. Oh,
But the thing is, this isn't just a comic. He really did this stuff. He thought this was gonna work. He thought this was gonna. Let me tell you something. Well, actually, a woman could walk into. Let's just keep it real. A woman could walk into a bar, even if they're not even if they're like a 6.2 out of 10, even a little lower, and just say, "I want to have sex." They will proceed to get a dude. If Chris Chan, especially at the time, walked into the bar, "I'm lonely and I want to have sex," he'd probably get arrested. Yo, you could be Brad Pitt. I sounded like Dr. Steve Brule there. Brad Pitt. You could be Brad Pitt in his prime, and you can't do that as a dude. Yes, there is a double standard with that. Just deal with it. If you think I'm sexist for that, eat my ass.
hoping a girl would approach him.
That's a
Eventually,
fact.
Chris did attract the attention of women, though probably...
Like, even an average-looking woman walking around with the sign, "I'm lonely and want a dude," they can walk around 10 minutes walking around the mall at most. They would have a penis almost of their choosing. Or a vagina, whatever floats your boat. You get my point, though. They extended play. They can walk into Mexicali blue, just show a little cleavage, and they can look mad. The next thing you know, they can get whatever they want. A dude walks in going, "Hey, I'm lonely. I want to meet somebody." Yeah, get out. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Don't tell me it's not, man. And I know that there are people that are very left that get pissed off when I say that. Why? That's reality. That's really what happens. I should make like a YouTube video on that, but we can't do those social experiments anymore. That's a no.
Probably not the kind of attention he was hoping for. The first of these ladies was a 19-year-old named Anna McLaren, who detailed her experience with Chris in a blog post titled "The Tale of the Crazy Pacer." According to her, she would often see a 20-some-year-old autistic man making his rounds while she was at work, and he would occasionally glance through the window of the store to look at her along with...
Oh no. Oh no.
fellow female employees. On a dare, Anna began to wave at Chris as he walked by, which quickly escalated when...
And that was a mistake on her part. Chris was probably like, as soon as he saw the wave, he probably was like that guy. Who is that superhero who was from The Living Color? Every time like a woman's even talked to him, he would nut his pants. Chris was like,
I've got balls of steel.
I forgot it was one of the Wayans brothers that played that character. And like, he was so desperate for like any time. Blank man, yeah. Like, Chris, he just busted a nut as soon as she was waving. You know that. Come on.
And he entered the store to talk to her. He attempted to flirt, and she responded as politely as she could before the conversation ended with Chris giving Anna his email address. Despite the
His email address? Oh, that'll even go even better. "Hi, I'm desperate," walking around with a sign, probably really actually listening to DS music with a pair of wired headphones on, wearing a Sonic Shoe pendant. "Oh, I don't have a cell phone. Just email me. We could go out and get dinner." Yeah, I am going to need more weed.
circumstances of how they met, the teenager would go on to become one of Chris's longest-running real-life acquaintances after this encounter. The second of Chris's
It was Blank Man,
quest
you're right.
triumphs
Baby,
was a
he's
young
cool.
woman named Hannah in March of 2005. While he was taking a break from his search for a boyfriend-free girl, she reportedly approached Chris and asked him out on a...
Love the classical music playing in the background. This is a fucking trip. I don't know if I can handle this, man. I don't even know if I can handle this.
date. This made the autistic man ecstatic, believing that his years of care.
This made the autistic man grow a massive rock-hard erection. I may be less stressed out fucking playing algorithms.
Carrying an attraction sign had finally paid off. Of course, he had to tell everybody he knew about this exciting development, and that included.
What is your job? Thank you, by the way. I'm just curious. It must be something you really you don't like, because you sound like there's relief. Like you let out a giant turd that was a little firm. You had to push. And now it's like, I pushed out that turd of a job.
His new friend Anna McLaren. However, she knew.
See, takes like that is why as much as I know I lean way more progressive, the left doesn't like me because I'll say things like that. You can't tell me, even an average or mad-looking woman can walk into a fucking bar. This is when I get angry at the left, though. Like, that's just the reality of it. A woman walks, if a guy did that, they would get kicked out. And I will die on that hill. Anyway, let's continue. I'm going to shut up now.
Something Chris didn't. Hannah had no intention of dating
these are
him
Chris's
and had
drawings.
merely asked him out as a prank. Chris was shocked by this revelation and immediately went to confirm it with Hannah. Upon admitting to what she had
Yes, I
done,
do, Neil.
Chris
I
was
watch Living Color all the time.
devastated and loudly yelled, "No!" in the middle of them all. This disturbance earned Chris yet another temporary.
Oh, yeah, especially if it's a male bartender and the mad-looking women is showing titties. Absolutely. Free drinks. She'll get laid. It's just, that's how it is. It's just how the human brain is wired. I don't know why saying things like that is fucking defensive.
Bam. These events were retold in his Sonic 2 comic, The Rise and Fall of My Heart. In this version, Anna's role was replaced by Rose Chew, and perhaps more notably, Chris's emotional state was visually portrayed by...
Rispergoo, thank you for the wiener. I love birds.
Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus.
All right, I need to let this play for a little bit. We're going to get through this thing at like 3 in the morning at this point.
by a heart level.
We're not
It
even 10
begins with
minutes
him at 20%, but when Hannah asks him out, it skyrockets all the way up to 100%. However, when her cruel trick is revealed, it plummets back down to 15. Throughout many Sonic 2 issues,
Like his parents, oh yeah, look, I'm stopping again 15 seconds into 9 minutes. They didn't see any of this. I mean, I know they were like 70 when they had him. Like, they didn't see anything. Like, you're really that on a different planet. Like, if my 20-something-year-old son was doing this, I understand he's autistic. But he's highly functioning. Like, we'd be like, all right, we got to get you to therapy. We got to do some stuff. Like, this is not okay. You know, and then he already at this point got kicked out of a college for putting up a flyer saying, hey, I want someone to suck my penis, essentially. Liasu Afe, retail, I was a supervisor, plus I was getting barely paid above minimum wages. And I'd let you, oh yeah, you're a supervisor, here's 20 cents more an hour. Christmas time wiped me out. Oh, working in retail, of course. Inventory was what broke the camel's back. I'll tell you a story. I don't know if you were here for it last time, just to show you how much I relate. I always remember it was 2007. God, I was XXX at the time. That just brings me back to that. And I was at Circuit City, fixing computers, and Black Friday, even though I was a technician, had to be there on the floor. And it's gone now. It's on Route 9. And this is before, like, now, Black Friday is still a big thing, and someone will get pistol whipped over a fucking toaster. But that was before the internet really became like the main place for Black Friday deals. So people still had. There was a line. I had to park at a gas station like probably 3/10 of a mile down the road. Let's say, no, yeah, I don't like exaggerating. And I had to walk to and the parking lot was full, and there were people fighting in there. So not fighting like physically, but some. I remember it was some dude who was like older dude who was like yelling at my manager, and I'm like, "This is hell." Over what? Over shit that you're never gonna buy. Like a lot of it, like it's so funny. Like people end up literally beating the shit out of each other over useless stuff. And I think didn't someone get killed a few years ago? At like a Walmart getting trampled, and like over what? Over like some no-name brand 4K TV that has like that wasn't even a smart TV, and now someone's dead because human beings are terrible.
Chris had drawn
But point being, I know I went on a tangent there. I can relate to
ads to replicate the look of a real publication. The most notable of these.
after using. Hold on, this was in my face the whole time. After using Axe body spray, I felt scentily delicious and confident. Seriously. Scentily delicious? That sounds like, hey, yo, man, I felt scentily delicious and confident. You know what I'm saying? I was sensationalized, man. Where, man? The sexy cocoa, the relish, those delicious, get your ass some Axe body spray, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
This was the ad for Axe body spray and Sonic Chew #2. He made no secret about it.
But, you know what, man? Even if you don't have another job lined up, Houston, I meant to say this before. This is more important. Your mental health and your health is more important than anything. Because here's the thing. Yes, obviously you have to pay your bills. But if you're dead from stress, you ain't going to be working anyway, right? Right? You got to do what's best for you. Job wanted to be a nightly, and nightly gets paid $20 a week more. Get the what? And you know what they'll do? You know how they spin it too? I fucking hate this. They used to do this at the retail jobs I was at. Oh, but the experience could actually get the fuck out of here. And it was like when people became like assistant managers at the time, Filene's. Like, yeah, okay, you're making a salary, especially back then in like 2001. Of 50 grand was okay, but what they don't, here's the asterisk in super small print when you're promoted to those positions, is that your life is at the store because you're salaried. So what they do to take advantage of that is like, oh, now you're, oh yeah, to make that 50 grand though, we need you at the store because you are our leader in that section. You work 80 hours a week. Oh yeah, we forgot to tell you that, fuck. So that's how they fuck you. It's either, oh, the experience, so we get to rob you blind and make you do a lot more work and not pay you much more. Or even if they do pay you more, like, and it's like, it's okay, because a lot of people would accept it, because like, shit, 50 grand as opposed to what was minimum wage back in 2001. Okay, cool. Oh, wow, I literally might as well just sleep in my car because I get to sleep an hour a night. It's so fucked, man. And Fanta Zen, I don't think, can't believe he put an Axe body spray in there like he thought that advertisers are gonna go, what is, after using Axe body spray, I feel scentily delicious. Okay, it's scent alive, man, you know what I'm saying?
About his love for the product, likely buying into its ad campaign that showed its wearers being irresistible to women. Chris states that Axe makes him feel, quote-unquote, scently delicious.
And I hate to say it, let's keep it real. If you use Axe body spray, I apologize. Who uses Axe body spray? It's people that don't shower and are degenerates, at least from what I've seen. Ah, yeah, you got me. Me the non-racist is racist. I know you're joking. Oh man, that character, I miss that character, but I can't. Because, you know, it was funny, I would always see, people would be like, I'm black and I think this character's hilarious, I'm black and I think this character's hilarious, and You know, because that's the thing. There was nothing racist about the character. It was just a caricature that I made up from like a culmination of fanboys with a sprinkle of Mike Tyson in there. I guess I didn't think of Mike Tyson at the time, but it was like subconsciously he was another idea for it. You know, but in 2022, there's no way. There's no way I could bring that character back. It sucks because it's fun. I genuinely have fun with that character.
And confident. However, the main concern is found in Sonic Chew and Rose Chew's conversation.
Ah, there's bots. I see that. I see the bots. And, oh, wow, I actually have semi-decent viewership. That's what it means. I'm serious. That's what it means. Me too. I wish he could come back. Happy Tech USA came back. I want to make that more of a character, though, where I get, like, dressed up in, like, a two-piece suit or something. Hey, Rich, did you hear that Vimeo wants creators to pay up or get off the platform? So wait, they want them to pay so the top 1% creators can make money? Oh, stop it. You gotta send me proof of that. That's too insane. I mean, I've used Vimeo like 5 times in my life, so... Gee, I wonder why.
Near the bottom of the page, which seems to imply that Chris believes wearing Axe is a suitable replacement.
Did you order me those garlic bowls?
No, I didn't, not yet, I'm on the phone. All right,
Anytime this afternoon, we'll keep you posted. Thanks for joining us for KTV News at 4. I'm Yolanda Harris. The Columbus police officer who was in today in an incident with construction equipment is in the hospital. OSHA will investigate the accident. KTV News at 6 has an update on what happened. But most of today's surgery. The 26-year veteran was injured when OSHA investigators say the operator
for bathing. It also includes Rose Chew asking the baffling question, "May I orbit your belt?" As the
May I orbit you?
Sonic Chew comics continued, Chris introduced his childhood friend Sarah Hamilton.
I can. I've done it. Dude, I had to. I didn't know this shit was gonna pop off. I mean, I joked around and stuff like that, but yeah. Yes, we are still talking. Hooded Stranger, we are still talking about Chris Chan's Virgin Rage, which is quite strong.
Hammer as a character, as well as her boyfriend at the time, Wes Eisen. In the story, the three of them are all given the ability to transform into hedgehog versions of themselves. Chris makes no secret about his jealousy towards Wes, writing him as a villainous character and another one of his many personal rivals. He dedicates an entire page to a discussion between the two, in which Chris talks about how jealous he felt during an incident in which he saw Sarah sitting on Wes's lap. In this confrontation, Chris...
Yeah. Gee, I wonder if this is at all just based on reflections of his, like, thought process.
portrays himself as very honest and pure, while Wes comes across as cruel and selfish. As you've probably been able to figure out at this point, these episodes were